Hello boys, it's me, Kuriyoshi here, and welcome back to my 100%, well, this is not new Pokemon set. What am I talking about? This is, Pokemon Sword and Shield, once again. In the last episode, we left off trying to deal with some legendary birds, as well as finishing off a couple of other stuff. So, you probably remember the clues from some of the other stuff. Well, we went in and caught 2 of the legendary birds, and Articuno kind of gave us a run, man. It was really difficult. Thankfully, I did do a strategy check on it, so I knew exactly how to defeat it, but it was not easy by any means. It was very annoying. I'm still not sure if I have to bring my Ghost-type Pokemon or not, because if anything, I ever ends up having a recoil move to use my Ghost-type Pokemon and keep on switching them out. Which means essentially no other stuff for a while. But right now, we're gonna do something a little bit interesting. Before we do anything else, we're gonna swap to the best really quick. Do some other stuff. So, for this entire video, we'll try and complete the main quest that this area actually wanted to offer, which is looking into the Kingdom of Bountiful Harvest. To actually get that to work, though, you have to go to what's known as the Snow-Side Slope and find a secret area in the snow containing an area where you can plant. Well, there's actually multiple so you can go, but there's one specific spot in both a snowy area and a little grave where you can actually plant some of the seeds you got from the guy I mentioned earlier, which was the carrot fiend. You can't get it here or anywhere else. You have to, or rather, plant them there. You have to plant them in a different spot. And because we don't know where that spot is, that means more exploring. Hooray, not really. We're gonna have to do lots of exploring until we, find this. It might be even more secret than I thought, too. Okay, I actually have to go down further. Because there's still a couple of areas I haven't explored yet, and I need to explore those areas if I want to find the Kingdom of Bountiful Harvest yet, so I am going to try and do that. In case you're wondering about what those weird step things are, that's for 3 other special Pokemon that you may or may not end up finding a bit later, but for now, there's not a lot we can do here. That's just unfair. He's way too big for us in that spot right there. So we just have to take this account because he's way too big. So I'm gonna run away and then hopefully not Alice. It's because they're so big, man. So I have to get to a snowy cave, I think, in particular, but I don't know exactly where. So I guess we're gonna be exploring here next. Really? That Magikarp was still active? It looked not all active to me. It's two random encounters now that I've gotten without wanting them. There's a Lucario here. Okay, that was just me being an idiot there. Okay, this is definitely a new area we haven't seen before. Okay, this is not working at all. Okay, well, I had to destroy this area no matter what, so I figured I may as well do that. Another massive Pokemon trying to hit. Jeez. Did you not? Tell me it's gonna be available on this island, really? This actually is the place, and it's very far out of the way. Oh. Okay, well, it led to some footprints, so I guess it's not all bad, so that means it will eventually lead to... Oh. Okay. We got 2 will for that instantly. Okay, I guess we're collecting evidence. Evidence around this area all of a sudden. This is the Iron Will Pokemon we're collecting evidence for. Suddenly, I find that not all bad, because we need this at some point. Now that's a lot of stuff. Okay. Well, this wasn't as useless after all. I guess we're gonna maybe build up enough evidence to get to 100%. This is a quest for not necessarily one of the giants, but for a completely different energy altogether. It looks like this one area has some bonus stuff. Okay, well that changed really quickly. Suddenly, we have a bunch of bonuses stuff that we did not have before. Okay, I'm gonna drop a save real quick. And then another one that I hit 98%. Because if this actually keeps up, we might get one of those special legendaries I mentioned. You'll know what they are when you see them. Iron Willow Clan is now up to 52% in its data completion. Kind of just running around this area trying to find spawns of this and collect it. Maybe this area also has some other unique stuff to it. Okay, so this just spawns in the area at random. Oh, wishing piece. It's always good for doing Diamax encounters when you want. Okay, I think all of the data from this area is gone. At the very least, we're gonna warp back from this area, from the Frigid Sea or whatever, to the professor and see what he says about this. Okay, nope. Still not enough to pin down evidence. Either way, though, we got a lot of evidence for the Iron Will Pokemon suddenly, out of nowhere. Okay, I'm actually gonna be right back in a minute. Things are getting really annoying, so I want to figure out how to do this quest, so let's be right back in a minute. Okay, people are probably going to be screaming at me for this one. Apparently, the King of Bountiful Harvest Secret was actually in front of us the entire time. Triggering this just triggers a cutscene. Hey, Chief, my pills caught your eye, eh? Your pill? Listen, alright, Chief, I got some wisdom to impart. If you can put your head on it and have a kip, it's your pill. Actually, I went and left my favorite pill back at home, so I went and looked around for town to have the rest of my head on, and I found this back behind me, and can I have it? Come on, you want me to hand over my Ultra Mega Comfy pill? That's asking a lot coming from even you, Chief. So yeah, we have to trigger this cutscene to actually get this storyline to progress, and I did not know about this, so very annoying. What's that? Think my pill's got something to do with a legendary Pokemon? Ultra Mega, seriously? This is just some old thing I found. But if you really want it, Chief, who am I to refuse? Alright, go on then, have it. But you better make sure you track that legend down. So this item's been hiding in plain sight literally the entire time. We did not know about it. Well, I know where I'm putting that. I did have to do a little bit of spoilers, but oh well. So we put that crown on. And then that triggers a cutscene. Which lures in the actual legend of Ariokon himself. Does it want you to follow it? It seems as if a mysterious Pokemon wants to test your strength. Do you want to ready a Pokeball? I like how it says ready a Pokeball, but you can't actually catch it. It is one of those testing battles again, so we just have to attack and kill it. And it has some cutscenes in between it. Okay. So this is basically like its alternate version or something, and we have to try and kill it. Like last time, we're just gonna unload everything we have on it. Interesting. Why is he using heal balls as his first move? That's not really the best for even it to do. Alright, there we go. Because he's so... Antalion's such a high level, we could just use him to do almost the entire work on this fight. So, a few more hits later, he's dead. This is required to be a fight. You cannot catch him yet. So now he acknowledges my strength. Who are you? Doesn't really talk well. Oi, what's up? I heard a big ruckus coming from over here. What's this now, Chief? Were you having a Pokemon battle? Huh? What a massive nine. What's this? Ugh. Big surprise. Yeah, he gets to... Yes, a Starry, just as I said. I hope he doesn't mind that I make use of it for the time being. An understandable reaction, but the answer is no. I am Calyx. I am the one known as the King of Bountiful Harris. Bound this man's body in order to thank you in person, so to speak. Indeed, there are no words to adequately express my gratitude towards you for restoring my statue. The days long past, I reigned over these lands as a king. The humans offered me their loyalty and respect, and I was able to bring lush vegetation to the land and give them plentiful harvests year after year. It seems over many, many years, the people of this land have forgotten my existence. They used to make offerings to me every year, but that tradition long since has been lost to the ravages of time. You see, it is the faith of the people that grants me strength, and now I've lost all but a fraction of my former power. Even my loyal steed has abandoned me. For you were kind enough to restore my statue. This act has returned some strength to me, at least enough to speak to you by borrowing the body of another. Now, kind-hearted human child, I have a favor to ask of you. I must know once and for all whether the people have truly forgotten about me. I wish you to speak to the villagers and ask if they remember the King of Bountiful Harvest. To ask you myself, you understand, but they treat me like some sort of fairy tale creature or flew into a mild panic at the sight of me. It's kind-hearted you, and I beg you to help me. Ooh. This appeared once as I placed the crown on the chair of the King of Bountiful Harvest. Kindness to apparently speak to humans by taking over a person's body, Peonies in this case. Now I need to gather more information on the King of Harvest for the people of this village. So, now we actually have to talk to everyone proper. I like how you go all the way to this guy's like, no, I'm not gonna help you out. I just have some goods to sell. Take your pick. Not really helpful in a spot where I'm trying to do some stuff. Fortunately, Premier Balls do not have a benefit bonus. You want to know about the King of Bountiful Harvest? All you could tell is his name. I think it was called Alan. Or was it Callista? Okay. Oh, sure. My gran used to tell stories about old time with skin. Old fairy tale that. King of Bountiful Harvest? I used to believe it was real, you know. I was told if I made mischief in the fields that the king would steal my body away. Dear, I'm sorry. I'm rather busy doing nothing right now. Oh. What? Useless. King of Bountiful Harvest? Well, if it is this, why doesn't it heal the land around here so we can grow crops for a change? Okay, this is still the same. Oh, this is a swap. Oh, so this allows you to just swap between having Pokemon in their Pokeballs or having them walk around. Remember the King of Bountiful Iris? Why, of course I do. It's only the main tourist attraction of our lovely freezing to, after all. See more visitors if only the king were real. Alright. I trust you were able to speak to the villagers. So how is it? Did they say anything on it? They did. As I suspected, nobody truly believes that I'm real. Heroes land have indeed forgotten the bond they once shared with me. No, of course I'm not grieving. I am the King of Bountiful Harvest after all. I know better than to count on humans to remember me. This proves beyond doubt that I cannot simply rely on human faith if I want my powers to return. Only my loyal steed would return to me, I would regain something of what I've lost. Loyal steed. Yes, the flurry of Pokemon I used to ride all across the land. Very same Pokemon that my statue in the village shows me riding. Alas, though, in ancient times we spent many days together dashing through the valleys over the mountains of this land. Power waned and I was forced to part ways with it. Now I know not where it may be. Even if we should succeed in locating my loyal steed, I have my doubts as to whether it has remained well loyal. I've lost so much power. Perhaps the villagers know something about my currently not so loyal steed. I would be half in your debt if you could speak to the head of my village on my behalf. To find any information at all, I'll ask that you let me know. Ooh. Oh, Chief. What a massive lion. Oh, wait. No, it's normal. Must have fallen asleep where I stood. Sorry about that, Chief. Still, I feel strange, like my body's not quite my own. Guess I'll head back to base and get some rest. It's freezing out here. Sods. It's freezing out here. Okay, so now for the interesting part. We go back to the guy that was literally supposed to be there. And we go here and here's a cutscene. The mayor's not home at the moment. He went to have a look at the fields in Giant's Bed. You can go look for him if you're in a hurry. To Giant's Bed, our southeast of the village. Go through Frost Point Field and just keep going to the left. Oh, whoops. That was the wrong thing right there. I wanted to pull up my map here. At least they told me which area he's in. This field is no good either. Soil's barren. No crop could possibly go here now. Perhaps the lands of Crown Tundra are truly beyond hope. What's this? Oh, our dear visitor. What brings you here? You want to learn about the latest steed of the King of Bountiful Iris? Well, this is hardly the place for storytelling. Come to my home in Freezington. It's better to have a nice chat in the waterfall. Please visit me whenever you're ready. I'll be waiting. Okay. It's good to know. You'll be waiting. And yes, this isn't just like a legendary storyline. It's a look on how the legendary is. So, yeah. So now he comes back. Have you seen what's happened to the statue of King of Bountiful Harvest? Its head's become massive. You say that's the way the king's supposed to look? Now you mention it, it does resemble the design of one of our town's souvenir shirts. But you speak as if you've seen the cane with your own 2 eyes. The statue's been broken since I was a child. Oh, of course, you wanted to learn about the loyal steed of the King of Bountiful, Iris. Well, I don't know why you'd be interested in such things, but come then, follow me. Book I read long ago said that the king's loyal steed was particularly fond of a certain special vegetable, but my memory isn't what it used to be. I can't recall exactly what the steed so desired. I think it's best you search on that bookshelf over there if you want to find out any more. I'm gonna skip all of this, unfortunately. While carrots could be grown in the Crown Tundra, they have rather unusual growth habits. Beneath the heap cell, the sorry's roots tend to develop into ice with carrots. When grown in tracks close to where many cells are ready to rust, shade with carrots will be your crop. Yeah, it's just a little one. Let's see if this triggers anything. Okay, so I just had to trigger a cutscene and then walk out. And then we trigger another cutscene by walking out. Well, hey there, Chief. I had a feeling someone's calling me. What is it, you? And, were you able to find something out about my loyal steed? Yes. So you found out something about, something that my loyal steed could not resist? It's been so long since we rode together that I had completely forgotten. This information, we might be able to lure my loyal steed to me yet, so tell me, where is it that my steed, irresistible? Carrots, you see. Yes, I remember. Even back when we were together, I would leap to any chance to eat some kind of crop. It took everything I had to restrain it. Looking back, the crop must have been carrots. I'm in your debt, human child. What I must do now is clear. If you are able to find carrots somewhere, it should be but a trifle to lure my loyal steed back to me. Do the humans of the village grow any carrots? If I could contain even a single seed, I could grow a carrot from it myself. I say. So you see you have carrot seeds? A contains the seeds of carrots. Humans never stop adapting all in vain. I'm constantly amazed by your ingenuity. Yet, the fields of the village simply won't do. They're not suited for growing carrots. If we could find rich soil, I could use my powers to grow the crops we need. Where might we find soil suited for growing these crops in this tundra of mine? Oh, look! He uses his work badge to figure out. See, 2 spots I see our needs. One is a field covered in pristine soil. However, is a spot in a field by gravestones, where those who moved were ready to rest. Either of these locations will allow me to use my powers and grow the carrots we need. So I ask you to choose a field and plant those seeds. Oh. I seem to be getting in the habit of falling asleep outside. I guess it goes to show that holding down the fort isn't all that easy. You take care of yourself, Chief. Don't overdo it. Yeah, this storyline will definitely take a little bit longer. Upon hearing I was able to find carrot seeds, Karax told me about 2 fields I could go to carrots. I need to pick either the sow or the field by the graves and plant the seeds. So that's the trigger that lets you know that we can do stuff. Oh. Sing that song about the King's Steed, Pokemon. Of course. Yeah, I love to. Now, make sure you eat your veggies too, just like the Pokemon in your son. Yes, Danny. Now, that's interesting. Oh, wow. It makes it a little bit easier by showing you where exactly you're supposed to be. In case you're wondering, you can pick between either an ice and another other kind of fighting type. Well, actually, it's sidekick. Sidekick. So either an ice sidekick or a ghost sidekick is what you're gonna fight. That's what it changes. I saw the ghost Pokemon, but I didn't see what the ice Pokemon. I was like, so for that specific reason, I'm gonna actually pick this one. Field search to you about. Do you want to plant the carrot seeds in this field? See if reach one of the fields. I see pulled Peony straight to us. If you plant the seeds in this field, ice root carrots will grow. It's been so long that my memory is hazy, but I believe that my little steed would often partake this sort of vegetable. If ice root carrots were what my steed preferred, it must have been ice time, mustn't it? So it's vexing that I can't recall. I suppose we'll see. But I will ask one more. I'm sure this is the field in which you want to plant the seeds? Yes, indeed. I ask that you will plant the seeds. Planting the seeds in the field. Very good, very good. You are able to... You have an able hand for working with sail. Now it's time I did my part. Let me show you my powers. Behind so many scenes, yet my powers could only get one to go. To think I've fallen so low, it truly breaks my heart. But soon it'll be time to bid my sorrow farewell. Now then, child, I ask you put ice your carrot free with all your might. Alright. So this item is what actually allows us to do the thing. Well done, human child. That carrot will be the key to luring my loyal steed back to me. Now all I need are the reins of unity. They will amplify my power, letting me ride my loyal steed with ease. I shall ever get another set from the humans in the village. Oh! There it goes. Yes, dear, my loyal steed, is it truly you? That glistening white pelt, that rough violent gown, it's not changed from the day we first met. Oh, how this brings back memories. Is my belief that while my steed picked up on a scent of carrot, it could not determine where the scent was coming from. If from the direction it ran off, it must be headed to the village in an attempt to pillage carrots there. If that is true, then Freezington is jailed. Human child, we must make haste. To grow an icer carrot from the seeds I planted in the field's cover or so. The scent of the carrot lured steer out, but it ran off towards Freezington. Oh wow, this is a lot of stuff we have to do. Because I made some of my other videos slower, I might make this one a bit longer just because I want to make sure I do the entire thing in one trip or whatever. It's just I feel like if I go for a specific legend and I don't actually catch it, that'd probably be a bit annoying. And I will probably try and go for the Iron Will Pokemon again as well, because that was pretty cool that I was able to get a lot of percent done on that really quickly. Okay, it actually triggered a save immediately. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it. It triggered a save immediately. We should be fine. Now they think it's a monster. So, I order you to stop, by the way. Yep, another forced encounter. Another forced encounter that you have to do. Unfortunately, you still can't catch it, as far as I know. The game never tells you this, but yes, you cannot catch it. Oh, see, it knows. It knows I have it. Time to snipe shot it down a bunch again. Okay, at least it's a 2-hit, so that's good. Oh yeah, the Beast is really tanky from all the battling it's been doing. It probably is maxed out in EVs, just because of how many battles I've done. Though, where the Eves actually went to, no, I'm not talking about EV, but I mean effort values. It's probably getting a lot more experience points. So anyways, we kill that. Again, we can't catch it, so we're just gonna once again take it out. Yes, this is required. And this forces it to go for that. And he forced it to retreat to a different angle instead. Whew. Are you alright? Yes, I feel like something stepped in to save me. Oh, there's an item. Oh, we got some hair. Oh, kind visitor, how could I possibly thank you enough for saving the people of this village? No idea such a vicious Pokemon still existed in a Tundra. Why, it reminded me of that Pokemon in the fairy tales, the Loyal Steed of the King. But no doubt I'm overthinking things. Was that there? Is that a tuft of white mane hair? In the fairy tales, it is said by weaving the hair of the Loyal Steed together with a radiant blossom grown by the king, possible to create the reins of unity which link the king with its steed. In fact, it was my own ancestors who used to weave the reins of unity following an ancient tradition passing over many years. Of course, myself have never seen any kind of radiant flower, and the method of make reins has also been lost to time. In any case, we can't spend all day muscling over fairy tales. I must make plans and preparations. That Pokemon could well decide to pay us another visit after all. Thank you very much for your help, kind traveler. Yes. Oh, and immediately after Calyrex, yes, that's the name of this con, swoops in right after we've done. Again, it has autosave and active, so it'll automatically save to certain spots. You have my thanks for detecting the village here in town. Were I at my full power, I could have tamed my steed and regained its loyalty. But weakened as I am now, the most I could do was influence its will and make it depart. If only I had the reins of unity, they would have allowed me to tame my steed in short order. We can make a set. We can make a set of reins with mane hair for my loyal steed and a flower that I can go? A flower? Yes, but of course. I assumed that the humans stopped making the reins of unity because they had lost their faith in me. But it was all because I lost the power to grow the material I needed. I've spent far too long holding my misguided assumptions, it seems. It has been many centuries since I was able to grow radiant power. Doing so drains much of my power. But for whatever reason, a fraction of my power seems to have returned to me just now. There's only one thing to be done. Let the radiant power bloom. Take this, and shames me to admit it, but a whole power is beyond me right now. I don't know if that pill will be enough, but I still must ask that you try and use it to create the Reins of Unity. The descendants of my family who once made the reins for me should still live in this village. I put my hopes on you, Hyuncha. Again. I like how he calls it that instead of by my name. The mayor's gone again. Oh, okay. Well, again, Savior of Village. Come to do some more reading? Not this time. Beg your pardon. You want me to make a set of the Reins of Unity? Well, I see that presents a bit of a problem. If my dear great-granddad were still around, he would have been able to make you set. Unfortunately, no one left who knows the judicial ways at this point. What's more, I doubt you have the flour you need to forge a set of the reins. I do have it. Is that a pill from a radiant flower? So, would that not mean the King of Bountiful Harvests is truly? No, I do not hope. If I recall, my ancestors made the Reins of Unity by following the ways passed down in fairy tales. There were two key materials, a flower and hairs from a Pokemon. Afraid those old traditions have long since faded from memory. Still, how could I refuse a favor to such a kind and helpful guest? The materials, if you please. Also, he's gonna do his best anyway. I can't promise this will turn out as well as the ones my granddad would have made, but time to breathe life into the traditions of my village. Idea hasn't cut out well at all. I fancy myself a crafty enough sort, but I guess it'd take a Jackson of truly to make such fine reins. Oh, please, I don't look so dejected. I'm very sorry. Truly, I am. Oi, Mr. Ayer. Why, my shower seems to have gone on holiday. Ah, yes, Tara's sorry. I'll have a look at it soon. Oh, you're here too, Chief? We're in the middle, son. The pair of you seem awfully gloomy. Here's what happened. Is that all? So, all you need to do is make some nice cord? Pass me those materials for a bow. Alright, got my pillow, got my hair. Now, what am I supposed to do with him? If I may be so bold, allow me to share a song that survives their legend. Blossoms rolling round and round, a royal gift is my main hair's bound. Steady on, old book. The singing's a bit much. Oh well, that'll do for an answer. Now he's gonna try it. I'll finish. Have a look. Think this'll do? Oh, so he's much stronger than me. You're more capable than your face lets on. These Reins of Unity are a spitting image of those in my family tales. Ha! I don't sew all my dear rebellious daughter's clothes for nothing, you know. Even the explorer's outfit I gave you was handmade by yours truly, Chief. In any case, it seems you've got the Reins of Unity you need. Isn't that just smashing? When you believe it, I caught myself falling asleep outside again. Still to the bone, so I thought I'd warm myself up with a good hot shower at our base. Water coming out was ice cold. I got ultra mega surprised and jumped out. Oh wow, look at that interruption. Good job. Were you able to make the Reins of Unity? You bet. Oh joy, what glorious news. I have some good news of my own. I was finally able to track down my loyal steed. Steer is making his home in the Crown Shine. It's my place where my loyal steed and I spent much time together. Avoiding the place as I feared I would get trapped in my own nostalgia. Why has my loyal steed made the shrine its home? Is it reminiscing about our time together? No, it can't be. The crown shine stands majestically atop the mountain to the north. Bring a carrot in the reins of unity and meet me there. I shall hasten there now, but you may come when you feel you are ready. I'm counting on you, child. You see, the main error I got by defeating the Pokemon I was once the King's Loyal Steed along with by Calyx himself. I was able to recreate the Reigns of Unity. Now I need to head to the Crown Shrine where Steed's been living to meet up with Calyx. Okay. So this big tree area right here is where we actually have to go. It was quite mysterious, it having nothing for quite a while. Now, as you can see, since the last video, I've changed up the setup a little bit. Since I don't have to worry about changing the weather, I just put all of the legendaries that I could fit into one setup. We'll probably send them out at some point, at least different ones. Because there's actually another hidden thing that I haven't told you about. Unfortunately, it's kind of a rare thing. It's almost just as rare as getting shinies, but maybe not quite. It really just depends on what you play from it. It really does depend on that. Alright then. Before I do anything, I will trigger this. I've been waiting, human child. The Crown Shrine is a place I once called home. Great few of us think it's helpless now that it's so powered. It taunts me by making this place its own dwelling. I see you have indeed brought me the Reigns of You. You have my thanks, child. The feeling of holding these again, the color, the way they shine in the light. Oh, how this brings back memories. Estier is a very proud Pokemon. One might even call it arrogant. Not accept me as its master again unless I'm able to prove that my power outweighs its own. I'll use the Reign of Unity to pour my power into the very body of my loyal steed. That should convince it that I am indeed still deserving of its loyalty. Now, human child, deliver my little steed to me. Place the ice card into the basket where Gracier made it ate his bed. Okay. I'm taking saves as I go on, but other than that. Here we go. So there's two different carrots that we can go. The Shadewood carrot would cause it to be yours. I tell you so, you child, but you have successfully defeated my royal steed once already. I'll not willingly approach anyone it considers to be a threat. We must hide and wait for it to appear. This music build-up, by the way, is really crazy. I like it. So now we get to see this shiny transformation. And now we see the actual full form of the King of Bountiful Harvest now. And probably my favorite looking cover. Because if you were to do it with the gray color instead, it would look black. And I find that to be kind of bland. It's kind of cool as a ghost type, but I like it better as this, because then it's an ice type as well. Which makes it really cool. So yeah, now we actually have to face him properly this time. What in the world? Such a huge noggin. It's got a ride. Oh, it's probably gonna do the Fenian. It could tot. What do you want? Got no idea what you're saying, but somehow it also makes sense. Hold the phone. What in the world are you anyway? Oh, not again. Yeah, thanks to your efforts, I've been reunited with my little steed. And now finally I'm at my full power. I was convinced that the people no longer believed in me, and that I had also lost my little steed. I was trapped in the throes of deep loneliness. By the way, I'm not going to use Equip Ball in this fight. I've pretty much understood that this is probably going to be a free and 255 catch rate. Yes, I did find out the exact catch rate. It's anywhere from 3 to 255, and it's a free on all legends. Probably including this. So we're going to have to set up some increases first before we can catch it. I was trapped in a throe of deep loneliness, but you saved me. There are truly no words with which to fully express my gratitude to you, so I have a suggestion. You're able to catch me even with my powers restored. It'll prove your worth beyond any doubt, and I will lend you my strength on your journey. Once you have ready yourself, come face me. But first, I should get this man back to where I found him. If you did not have a good setup for this, then this is probably where you would use your Master Ball. It would be no good to let him freeze out in this climate. Okay. So finally PI gets sort of a break, and we're gonna do once again a normal fight. And yes, I learned from doing a couple of our stuff that Master Balling everything is not necessarily the best, because if you wait long enough, you might find a really trolly Pokemon that you might prefer to use it on. Alright, so anyways, its voice is now perfectly... So now in its full form, we can actually fight it. So here we go. We're finally fighting this beast. Like it said, I'm gonna assume it said something like, ooh. Something like, I'm ready for you to show me your full power. That's what I assume. It translates to something like that. Anyways, we're gonna start with a snipe shot to lower its health. Decent critical hit that speeds up a little bit. And then we're gonna do the full setup like we normally do. For our second part, we're gonna try and use a not very effective move because I still want to do some decent damage, so I use not very effective moves just to make it a little bit easier. Oh, and this is its unique move, Glacial Lance, which looks really crazy. Okay. I'm gonna be a little bit cheeky. I'm actually don't want to waste too much time doing our stuff. So we're gonna randomly throw an Ultra Ball and see if that works. It has increased its catch rate a little bit, but it's probably not enough for us to catch it yet, so... If I would just throw one ball for the fun of it, and then use this to switch to Glade. In case you wonder why the reason... Oh! Thanks. It's not necessarily what I wanted, but... What that does mean is I get another free ball attempt, so I'll go ahead and use that, and... That did not work either, of course. Okay, then. Now, this is the Pokemon I was hoping to set up for. Okay, so now its attack is Rosen. Okay, now we're gonna switch to Glade, start with a Thunder Wave, and then use False Swipe to lower its HP. If I've learned anything from these battles, it's Thunder Wave first for the speed cut, and then False Swipe. So let's do this first, which I'm actually faster than it this time. Thank goodness. Alright. And yes, I am actually kind of set up for this battle. Glade is at a decent enough level where he can hopefully take a couple of hits, so let's just False Swipe until he gets down to 1 HP, shall we? Alright, let's see. First hit, not enough. Might need a second one. Now, False Swipe, I haven't really talked about much. It is by far the best move for catching Pokemon in this game. It is a restrain move that leaves the Pokemon with just 1 HP. This helps you out a ton because this allows you to do a bunch of bonus stuff. Okay. Well, time to switch to other stuff. What's unfortunate is all of my birds are actually kind of weak, so I'm actually gonna save some time, and I'm gonna use Immensta against this guy. Alright. So once again, Immensta, the Shield Pokemon coming out here, and I don't even want to revive almost. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for the Ultra Ball and see if I can catch it now. Because that last one did put it in the red, which might help it out a little bit. But otherwise, I'll use one attack to revive if needed. Oh, great. It's doing that again. Okay, I'm going to use this first. I'm just going to keep balling it now. Well, I just found out it has Data Jade, so it looks like we're not doing the 1 HP strategy for it. But then again, that's not surprising at all. So we're just gonna keep on doing this instead. And yes, I like how a lot of the later Pokemon just have a slight troll that makes this way more annoying than it needs to be. At least now we have the paralysis, it will not wear off, so we don't have to worry about that at the moment. But we may have to worry about other problems if we get stuck here for a little bit. I don't know. Because I want this to go a little bit quicker, I'm probably just going to throw the ball and ignore the setup. Because pretty much any of his other attacks will force it to use our stuff. In fact, now that it's used our defense, I'm not sure False Swipe will even deal more than 1 HP. So I think it's better to just use this. And maybe use Ice Beam to lower its health if I really need to. And yes, you can use a Master Ball if you want on these guys. It'll always be a critical catch in this game if you do, but I want to prove that I can do this the normal way. So that's why I'm doing this. If it gets to a certain HP threshold, I might consider attacking it. But right now, with this Pokemon, that would not be the best idea right now. So we're kind of just using this. As long as it's below 50% health, it'll still maintain that effect from earlier. If it gets over that, then we have to do our special thing. Okay, alright, time to use... Okay, I'm not pushing that hard. Time to use a full restore. Followed by, I think it's probably time to actually use Gallade again proper. So I'll set up to switch back to it in a minute. Because it's used Giga Drain a lot, and I don't want it to do that too much more. So I will actually do the setup now, because clearly this is not working. I'd love it to run out of Giga Drain PP so I don't have to worry about it, but right now is not the best. So make it recover from fading. Again, Gallade is faster, so we're guaranteed to get a hit no matter what. I just hope that he can survive long enough to get multiple False Swipes in. Yes, I used one Snipe Shot to lower its HP a lot, so we wouldn't have to deal with it on high HP. Okay, this is going to heal a little bit more now. So now we get to see how much this does after 2 Iron Defenses. Yeah, okay. Doesn't help that Glade used its recovery move so many times that it probably could just out-heal me. So we're just spamming this and hoping for the best. Okay. That got it enough to go into the red, but that's still not immediately good. So it raises an attack whenever it takes out a Pokemon. That's a bit annoying. Now it's about down to a reasonable level where he could potentially take out if we do right stuff. Like, Grace Lance is probably the most real move it can use against me. Despite it resisting, it still does a ton of damage. Stacked even more by the fact that we have our stuff. Trying to use the to try and manipulate something, but it's already set from the beginning. It doesn't really matter. Either way, the paralysis is doing us a bunch of favors by at least allowing our Pokemon to move first every turn, no matter what, if we were to attack with them. But since we're using balls, it just really doesn't matter. Ooh. I'm getting bored of waiting on stuff to revive, and revives are getting pretty rare. I'm just gonna keep on just trying the way I do usually. And from there, if it gets really bad, I can just use a Master Ball on it, maybe? I don't know. And yes, all of these are the same catch rate, so I believe right now, if it's at free normally, then it doubles it would normally double about twice. So that means it should be anywhere from 9 to 12. But that's out of 255, of course. And that's not even considering the fact that the Master Ball has its boost as well. Okay, I'm going to send out Zapdos and see if it has an interesting thing. No Prager Zapdos. Then again, it's really rare. In case you're wondering, the only thing I'm talking about is actually just hidden flavor text that really has nothing to do with this battle at all. It's basically flavor text that will randomly have the Pokemon do some stuff if it needs to. Imagine if I ever use a move on these Pokemon that makes it live with 1 HP. That would be really funny. Yes, there is a higher multiplier you can get. Particularly if you were playing on night and using Dust Balls, this would be a lot better. I don't know if this actually counts, by the way, but I will try and maybe GSL. It doesn't really matter, I guess. Actually, wait. This is a weird one. Turbo is one that not normally gets used. Classic tease. It did that to tease me. It's lasted enough turns where it's probably useful now. I don't know exactly when it becomes most useful, though. So I'm kind of just throwing it out. At least these have cool effects to them. And yes, I know this catch I use really well. I've pretty much figured that out from the beginning. I just find it really dumb that Beldum also has this sort of cat trait. Normally only legendaries would have this set trait, but yeah. There's been at least 5 fakes in this now. I might have to use a different ball, but as long as my Pokemon are still alive, I'm gonna keep on going with these Ultra Balls for a little while here. Yeah, if it takes me forever. There we go. That was probably like 30th try or something. There we go. Finally got this. Finally got that sucker. At least we didn't use a Master Ball on it. So this is Hiking Pokemon. I said that this Pokemon once moved a large forest and all the Pokemon living there to a new location overnight. I'm not gonna get a nickname. I can always nickname these later. Oh boy. Good child. No, I should refer to you by my name now. Kiryushi. Forward to what adventures we might have together. That you, Chief? It's me, Peony. I just had a dream about a big-headed Pokemon talking on and on about a weird shine. You were there too, Chief. So real. I got worried about you and I decided I better give you a call and check in. You haven't hurt yourself, have you, Chief? Not a bunch of trouble, are you? I'm fine. Good to hear. Guess nothing to worry about, Ian. The Peony's exploration team is all about the safety and well-being of its members after all. So be careful on the way back, you hear? No expedition's over until you're safe and back at home base. Sakino Iris was able to reconnect with its fellow steeds of the Radiant It also seems to have regained its trust in you in time. Its Valpy regained my power, and its power is allowing me to take it on my adventure. I report back to Chief Peony. Okay, we are obviously going to end the video by doing this. Sorry if this one takes a little bit longer, but I wanted to make sure I get this legendary in this episode, so I thought I would do that. And it actually turns out we had a lot of storyline missing in this anyway, so we did all of that at once. So now if anybody's confused to how the storyline works, you can look to this video. Anything to report? Legend of... wait, you really caught Calyx from the Regents? To make it brilliant. It's massive. Is that the King of Bountiful Harvest? The one calling the shots around here? I could have sworn I seen it before, or then again, maybe not. It's definitely right go of it to have a steed, and that massive head does resemble a crown. It's kindly enough, let's just call it a successful expedition. Looks like you've reported all there is to report on Legendary Cool 1 and the King of Bountiful Harvest. Smashing, I mark this expedition done. Okay, we have to solve the other clue now in order to actually finish this storyline. That's what this is about. But anyway, whew, I think we had a long fight with that, though. That's gonna be it for this day. I'm kind of worn out. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.